My fiancé. My partner for 6 years. Left me for a friend we've known a few months. Too long did not read. My ex-fiancé had an emotional affair and sees nothing wrong with how she has treated me since. For some background. My 21 female. Now ex-fiancé, 21 female. Met a mutual friend, 23 male, in January I believe. We became really close and started to do projects together. Had a very close bond. However, I noticed they would be a little more clingy or touchy together. I would ask my fiancé multiple times and she would always say, "He's like a brother to me, what I feel is platonic." I believed them. We got engaged in April this year. Split in June. I did not have a choice in this. My fiancé just decided things were not working, with very little to back up that claim. I genuinely thought we were very happy. A month passes and my friend is lying to me. Lied about my ex-fiancé staying at his home for days at a time. He would constantly claim she needed support and was grieving, which I do believe. However, my feelings and grief was always pushed aside and I was just told to move on and look to the future, by the two of them. This month. I have found out they are very likely dating. Sent videos in July to mutual friends of them drunk making out. They still kept lying and gaslighting me whenever I asked any questions. I had an attempt on my life. A lot of bad things happened after it. And they have constantly pulled the, "We are trying to do best by her," and, "We care a lot about her" card to our friends. I am getting mental support now. This week, they had a fallout with our friends after pushing them to state their opinion. They didn't like our friends telling them what they are doing is wrong by me. That they are disrespectful at best. I have felt like they have been subtly making moves on each other since before the engagement, as I did have my suspicions. I feel like they have had an emotional affair. My fiancé would always say, "I would never cheat on you, so it hurts you questioning me." But every single thing they would do hit all the signs of emotional cheating. She cheated on me. After 6 years of being together and 13 years of being best friends. All for a guy she barely knows. Am I crazy to be this upset and heartbroken? They are both very aggressive towards our friends for not agreeing that what they did wasn't wrong. They honestly don't see fault in what they've done to me. I need advice. I need to know I'm not crazy to think I've been severely wronged by them. She's the love of my life. I love and miss her an insane amount and I just want her back again. I want to escape this nightmare. You can feel however you feel, dude. The outcome is brutal, regardless of whether or not they crossed lines when you and your ex were still together. Grieve it fully, but eventually you need to come to a place of acceptance. Things are over between you and her, forever. Thank God you found out now and not after the wedding. You are so damn young and have so much time ahead of you. Don't despair, it's all going to work out. For now, it's going to hurt for a while. I cannot even imagine your pain. I'm so sorry this is happening to you. It's been 3 months since the split. She has had plenty of time to move on with her new guy, while you're stuck in hell praying for the nightmare to end. It is absolutely disgusting what they did. That being said, I think you need to try to move on yourself. I know it's easier said than done, but the mind can only handle so much distress. How do I, 32F, tell my extended family why I no longer go to family gatherings? Hi everyone. My dad's side of the family is very family-oriented, they're Southern European. They don't just gather for Christmas and Thanksgiving, but also my cousin's kids' birthday parties, BBQs, dinners, etc. There are many issues that bother me about my dad's side. And ever since I hit my 30s, I became increasingly distant. Not sure how detailed I should get, but 2 of my cousins are extremely wealthy and highly educated, and I find that they and their children get treated in a much higher regard than my husband. My brother and I feel that every single gathering revolves around their lives. I often feel ignored, and I'm lucky if my husband and I can even get a seat. I always feel down in the dumps after spending time with my dad's family. I told my parents about this and they have noticed the same thing for years and told me they support me. The thing is that my relatives keep pestering my parents about why my husband and I no longer go to events. My parents just tell them that I'm busy. But believe it or not, it's a big deal if I continuously stop going to my cousin's kids' birthday parties. So I'm wondering if I should just be honest and tell them how I feel. Or if I should simply continue being a no-show and let them talk. I would stay distant. You know how little they care about you. What would you gain by trying to explain that? Explaining your feelings to them will just come off as whiny. They are just networking and want the family to be there, but they don't personally want you there. Your parents support you, keep them close, and your extended family can stay extended. If people don't know that something they're doing bothers you, then they don't really have the opportunity to modify their behavior. That said, do you really want to be going to all that stuff? My ex-husband's family was like that, and it was exhausting. I finally had to set some boundaries and tell my husband I'd go to one event a month. Else, almost all of my free time was being eaten up with his family's get-togethers. If they don't think you deserve a seat or your family deserves respect at these events, then why do they expect an explanation for why you're done trying to put up with their bullshit? They deserve nothing. His best friend made a move on me. Do I tell my BF? I, F, 27, have been dating my boyfriend, M, 29, for 3 months now. He kept mentioning it's important for him for me to get along with his friends, so we've been spending a lot of time with them. His best friend has been particularly friendly, which I didn't mind, but then tried to kiss me last night when we were out for a smoke. He said my boyfriend would never find out and that we clearly have chemistry. I of course shut him down, told him I am very in love with my boyfriend and I am not interested in him that way. He looked embarrassed and said it will never happen again. My question is, do I tell my boyfriend that his best friend made a move on me or not? Too long did not read. My boyfriend's best friend openly tried to kiss me. I rejected his advances but am not sure whether to tell my boyfriend and how this will affect their relationship and ours. Tell your boyfriend right away, don't keep this a secret. Tell him. That guy isn't his friend. He's just wrong. If it was one of your friend who tried to kiss your BF, I think you would appreciate him telling you. Tell your BF. If he reacts badly and blames you, you know he isn't worth being with. You need to tell him. Like as soon as possible. The messed up thing about this is the friend could lie and spin it on you. Good luck. If you don't tell him, you would be very shitty. Also, what girlfriend doesn't tell her man something like this? I swear y'all on Reddit wouldn't know how to fucking brush your teeth without posting loudly crying. Yes. He's gonna tell man and he's gonna try to twist it around. I would absolutely want to know if one of my friends tried that. Damn, some people are trash humans. Husband admitted mutual crush at work. I guess the title says it all. It seems like he told me about it out of respect for and in hopes of protecting our marriage. He finds her attractive and they trade compliments. She has told him she likes the way he dresses. She comes on to him in not so subtle ways like asking for hugs, rubbing shoulders, sharing his personal space and asking for favors that require him to touch her like, "Can you tell me what size my shirt is?" etc. She showed him her art that appears to be almost naked self-portraits. My husband slipped up once in the beginning before he realized he had a problem to deal with and gave her a pressed flower that they shared a memory over. They work in a restaurant together and he found an unidentified plant in the cilantro. She identified the plant for him and told him some facts about it which he found attractive. He kept the plant, pressed it and gave it to her a few months later. They have common interests and like to talk about them together. This has been going on for months and he told me all of this willingly a few days ago because he feels bad, but he says he's never touched her or acted on it other than the flower. Thinking about it makes me sick, but it seems to be all I can do since I found out. Any advice or insight is appreciated. I will never understand just because people lie to themselves they think they can lie to others. Take this line and use it. Just because you are lying to yourself about the situation, don't lie to me. You know exactly what you were doing and you went ahead and continued doing it. So what are you going to do about it now? I am not tolerating this behavior. Take some time off to gather your thoughts and get back to me once you have a structured plan on how we can move forward from this mess. She comes on to him in not so subtle ways like asking for hugs, rubbing shoulders, sharing his personal space and asking for favors that require him to touch her like, "Can you tell me what size my shirt is?" etc. She showed him her art that appears to be almost naked self-portraits. My husband slipped up once in the beginning. And #X200B. See what you are doing here?